No warnings, no answers. Just moments that defy logic and hint at something beyond Earth.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
These unexplained events are surfacing more than ever, and they're getting harder to ignore. Stay tuned till the end. Not a single one of these moments should be missed.
I don't see him.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, you can see the 5 individual.
You head to the beach for some sun and peace of mind, but end up questioning reality itself. That's what happened to one beachgoer in June 2025 at Los Angeles' Pacific Palisades. Up in the sky, letters began appearing perfectly spaced, almost mechanical, with the uncanny message, "They're lying to you." The video quickly spread online, leaving people stunned. Conspiracy theorists called it a warning from aliens, some kind of sky-written message to humanity, and it wasn't just one person. Multiple locals claim they saw the same chilling message float over the ocean. Coincidence? Hoax? Or something we should really be paying attention to?
That's crazy. All of LA can see that. Yeah.
All of LA can only see the sky. They're lying to you.
Rolling Ember. On April 30th, 2025, two guys were heading to retrieve their car from a parking lot when they witnessed something straight up unreal. It was pouring rain. Visibility was low. And then came a sudden, blinding flash. But this wasn't lightning. Moments later, a glowing orange orb rolled into view across the partially flooded lot, trailing what looked like steam or smoke, like it was burning hot. The men were stunned. They recorded the whole thing, convinced they'd caught alien tech in action. Maybe a probe or some kind of UFO. Others argued it could be an unexplained weather anomaly, but no one's been able to give a clear answer. Not yet.
Unedited. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Fallen cloud. Construction workers in Indonesia couldn't believe their eyes when they saw what looked like a cloud falling from the sky. The strange puff of white slowly descended until it touched the ground, eerily out of place. They recorded the bizarre moment as more workers gathered around, completely stunned. Some thought it was a freak weather phenomenon, while others joked it was a piece of the sky that had dropped. Another similar video from India only fueled the fire. This time, crowds gathered around what looked like a fallen cloud resting on the ground. The resemblance to the earlier footage from Indonesia was uncanny. While some stared in awe, others whispered that these were signs, warnings even, that the end of times might be closer than we think. But not everyone bought into the doomsday chatter. Some claimed there had to be a scientific explanation, though no one's been able to give one just yet. Spiral signal. This viral clip out of Turkey has the internet buzzing, and for good reason. Locals recorded a bizarre light in the night sky, pulsing in an unnatural rhythm. At first, it looked like a bright orb. Then, things got weirder. The light began to morph, releasing spiraling beams, like it was sending out a coded signal. Many are convinced this was an alien spacecraft transmitting energy to call its kind. Others pointed to the infamous Project Bluebeam theory, claiming it was a government illusion test. Whatever it was, dozens of residents saw it with their own eyes, yet no official explanation ever followed. Dark orbit. With each passing day, 2025 keeps getting weirder. Late on June 28th, a guy in Los Angeles spotted something strange hovering in the night sky. At first, it looked like a tiny speck, nothing unusual. But when he zoomed in, things got unsettling. It wasn't one object. There were several. Dark shapes floated together, revolving around one another, almost as if they were merging and separating like liquid shadows. Other people caught it on camera too. The footage spread fast. Some joked it looked like Dementors. Others were dead serious, calling it clear evidence of UFO activity. Either way, they didn't look normal. Portal Watch. An Australian police station sent the internet into a frenzy after posting a late-night Skycam video. At first, it was just darkness, then lightning lit up the clouds, and that's when things got weird. A glowing white ring appeared in the corner. It wasn't a lens flare or a trick of the light. It held its shape, and then it moved, slowly, until it floated out of frame. People were quick to call it a portal, and unlike most grainy, shaky footage, this one came from an official source. So, was this an alien entry point? Or are we looking at proof that humans have finally cracked interdimensional travel? Sidewalk Surge. People around the world were stunned by a short clip showing what looked like lava erupting straight from a concrete sidewalk. A local witness claimed the sudden blast even sent a bush of grass flying into the air. Speculation ran wild. Some believed the strange eruption had something to do with the ladder touching electrical wires. Maybe a freak electrical reaction caused molten material to break through. Others were convinced it was something far more ominous, a warning of seismic activity, or something even bigger about to unfold. But no official explanation ever followed, leaving us with a mysterious glowing crack in the ground that shouldn't be there. Desert Bloom. While visiting family, a man noticed a growing crowd in the nearby desert. Curious, he went to check it out. What he found was nothing short of unbelievable. Right there, in the middle of the dry expanse, was an underground lake, a brand new water source, one that locals swore hadn't been there before. While many celebrated the miracle, some even calling it a blessing, others were deeply unsettled. According to certain end times prophecies, the deserts would flow with water just before the final days begin. So, was this a gift from nature, or a sign of something far more ominous creeping closer? Sky Wraith. Locals in Sydney, Australia were left rattled after witnessing something truly bizarre overhead. A strange, dark mass floated in the sky. Shapeless at first, but almost liquid in the way it shifted and moved. It wasn't a cloud. It wasn't smoke, and no one could tell where it had come from. Many couldn't help but compare it to a Dementor, the soul-sucking creatures from Harry Potter. Some jokes, others weren't laughing, because really, what was that shadow drifting across the sky? An illusion, or something that shouldn't exist up there at all? Jersey Saucers. This bizarre footage was captured on December 8th, 2024, and it has left people scratching their heads. The video shows several luminous objects gliding silently across the night sky over a quiet New Jersey neighborhood. What really caught people off guard was the shape. Classic flying saucers, glowing faintly as they hovered overhead. For some, it was confirmation that we're being watched. For others, just another mystery in the sky. 5 days later, on December 13th, another Ring camera, this time from a different part of New Jersey, captured something eerily familiar. A saucer-shaped object, barely distinguishable from the night sky, until its blinding lights gave it away. This wasn't a plane or a star. Speculations flew left and right. Some blamed secret military tech. Others chalked it up to rare atmospheric illusions, but many weren't buying those explanations. After 2 back-to-back sightings, both showing similar craft in the same state, people are starting to wonder if something is really out there, keeping an eye on Jersey. Second sun.
I'm gonna just keep saying it. There is something going on with our sun.
A woman was standing outside when she spotted something bizarre above the sun. She began filming, confused by what looked like another sun in the sky, and it wasn't lens flare as she pointed out on the left side of the frame. So what was this thing, glowing faintly just above the real sun? It was too round to be a cloud, but too big to be a star. People online were baffled. Some whispered it might be Nibiru, celestial object associated with doomsday. Others blamed government cover-ups. Either way, something strange was up there, and no one had answers.
I thought it was a cloud. That's not a cloud. What is that?
Sky portal. Now for the skeptics. This one's hard to explain away. 2 friends were driving down a road in broad daylight when they looked up and froze. There, high above, was a radiant circular light, far too bright to be a reflection, and definitely not the sun. They even tilted the camera to show the actual sun sitting elsewhere in the sky. So what was this? The glowing orb cast a visible beam, like a doorway between worlds had just cracked open. Some were convinced it was a portal. Others said it had all the markings of Project Bluebeam. Night rainbow. Ever seen a rainbow at night? If not, brace yourself. In July 2025, multiple witnesses across California reported a bizarre beam of rainbow-colored light stretching across the night sky. 2 separate videos from different locations captured the same phenomenon. The beam shimmered like something out of science fiction, glowing vividly against the darkness. It didn't look like a camera trick, and it was too surreal to write off as just city lights. Some netizens called it a glitch in the sky. Others were convinced it was a message or warning from something far beyond Earth. Either way, it felt too real to ignore.
Across the sky, y'all. It's 2:48 in the morning. What the is that?
London orb. Strange sky phenomena aren't just a US thing anymore. Britain seems to be catching up. One London resident stepped outside at night and caught something bizarre on camera. A glowing orb zipping across the sky. It was so fast, it nearly vanished from view in seconds. Most of the netizens agreed. This wasn't edited. Some blamed experimental tech or atmospheric manipulation, while others were certain it was alien. Whatever it was, it's just more proof that something strange is definitely happening worldwide. Reality crack. While walking alone in the woods, a man spotted something that stopped him cold. A strange, glowing crack was suspended in midair. It shimmered with iridescent light, as if someone had torn a hole straight through the fabric of reality itself. The eerie fracture was pulsing softly. The clip quickly went viral, with many convinced it was a glitch in the Matrix. Clear proof that our world isn't what it seems. Skeptics, of course, claimed it was just clever CGI, but those who believe say this was no edit. It was the simulation slipping up. Tissue trick. Customers at a Starbucks couldn't believe their eyes when a man at a nearby table started performing what looked like real magic. Holding a piece of tissue in his hand, he began making subtle gestures until the tissue suddenly floated midair. Some people were convinced it was a clever trick, maybe even sleight of hand, but others weren't so sure, suggesting the man might have been tapping into something beyond the ordinary. Glitched lake. man staying at his cabin near a lake caught something truly bizarre. The water wasn't acting right. Waves rippled in every direction, some colliding, others stalling mid-motion. It didn't look natural. It looked broken, like the footage itself had glitched, but it hadn't. People were quick to jump in with theories. Some claimed it was a mini earthquake. Others were sure it was a glitch in the Matrix. Proof our reality isn't as stable as we think, because when even the water starts behaving like corrupted code, something strange is definitely going on. Cloudcraft. A homeowner heard something roar overhead, loud like a jet, but when he looked up, the sky was empty. Confused, he recorded the sky and posted the footage online. That's when things exploded. Netizens quickly pointed out something odd. One cluster of clouds seemed to glide steadily across the sky, almost like a ship in motion, while the rest remained still. If it were wind, all the clouds would have moved together. This led to a chilling theory. Some believe UFOs are now so advanced, they mimic cloud formations to fly undetected. Was this one of those camouflaged crafts? Or something else entirely hiding in plain sight? Skywalker. On June 9th, 2025, a woman in Arizona set out to film the sunset, but ended up capturing something far stranger. The viral footage showed a shadowy figure suspended in the sky, darkened by the setting sun and hard to define. Some thought it looked like a floating person. Others called it an object. But as the camera zoomed in, it got weirder. It looked like the figure was walking mid-air. People flooded the comments. A few even claimed they saw the exact same thing that day. Was it someone with supernatural abilities, as some netizens thought? Or a being from an entirely different dimension? Supergirl.
My name is Angelia. I took lessons from Ernst on levitation. I have been doing it for over 7 months.
A strange video shook the internet when it surfaced online. It showed a woman standing alone in the woods, holding a stick. Moments later, she began to levitate, slowly, steadily, and with eerie control. It didn't look like a glitch or a trick. She moved like someone who had done it before. Folks online were stunned. Some even started calling her Supergirl, convinced she had real powers. But what made the clip even more unsettling was the thought it triggered. What if she's not the only one? What if people with powers are already here, living among us, just waiting for the moment to step forward? Signal glitch.
Is this Starlink signal affecting the atmosphere?
A man out for a walk in his neighborhood stopped in his tracks when he saw something strange. One house had a satellite dish, normal enough, but there was something coming out of it. Not smoke exactly, but a hazy stream of particles, swirling into an unnatural formation. Some people thought it was just insects, a swarm catching the light in just the right way. But others weren't so convinced. The more unsettling theory had it that it wasn't physical at all. Some claimed it could be a Starlink signal interfering with the atmosphere, or worse, a glitch in our reality, like the dish was tearing through something we're not supposed to see.
They seem to like the signal of the Wi-Fi to Starlink.
Plasma Soldier. This eerie footage, reportedly filmed in Norilsk in 2025, has been making waves online, first as a glowing creature or plasma entity, but more recent speculation has taken a darker turn. Some now believe it wasn't a creature at all, but a glimpse at classified military tech. Theories suggest it could be the result of secret experiments, either enhancing human abilities or creating something entirely new. An army of glowing, flame-like figures, part human, part weapon. If true, this wouldn't just be a breakthrough, it'd be a terrifying game changer. Sky Ring.
They are.
In Vancouver, Canada, residents were left baffled by something strange lighting up the night sky. A glowing blue and green ring seemed to move through the clouds in an almost deliberate pattern. It wasn't a spotlight, nor did it resemble anything familiar. As the video spread online, so did the theories. Some called it an unknown atmospheric event. Others weren't so sure. To them, the hovering, pulsing glow looked more like a UFO, or perhaps a portal of some kind. Let me know your take on this in the comments. Sky Flyer. Except for movies or comics, have you ever seen a real superhero in action? A strange video recently surfaced online showing a man in a Superman costume soaring through the sky, gliding effortlessly with his arms tucked by his side. It didn't look like a stunt or a drone trick. It looked real, straight out of a comic book. The footage left people stunned. Was there a hidden harness or something else? Some believed it was proof that real-life superheroes walk or fly among us. Breathing ground. This video of a man jumping around with his dog has gone viral, mostly because the ground beneath him appears to move. With each bounce, the earth ripples like a giant trampoline. It's subtle, but unmistakable. Some netizens pointed out that this could be due to water trapped beneath a thin layer of soil, warning that it could collapse at any moment. But then came the wilder theories. Fringe believers claimed the ground wasn't ground at all, but the back of something enormous, buried deep, and possibly alive. If you have any idea what this phenomenon is, leave us a comment below. Shifting shadow. Watch closely. This clip from the Chilean desert has the internet baffled. At first glance, it looks like water mirroring the sky. Harmless, right? But then, something inside it moved. Suddenly, the illusion shattered. This wasn't just a puddle. It was something seeping through the sand, alive, or at least aware. You can even make out what looks like a tendril curling just beneath the surface. Some said it was oil. Others worried it was something way darker. They warned the cameraman to back off. Phantom push. A waitress was clearing dishes after a customer left when something bizarre happened. As she reached for a glass, it suddenly moved, seemingly on its own. Startled, she thought she'd imagined it, but checking the CCTV footage confirmed what she saw. The glass really had moved. The clip quickly made its way online, leaving people split. Some insisted it was a glitch in reality itself, like the Matrix blinked. Others were convinced it was a classic case of poltergeist activity. Whatever it was, it gave everyone watching a serious chill. Gravity glitch. Filmed at a festival somewhere in Africa, this video has left netizens scratching their heads. It shows a man on stage performing a move that seems straight out of a superhero origin story, executing 360-degree jumps and landing cleanly, over and over, backwards. But here's the twist. The way he moved didn't look human. His airtime felt unnatural, like gravity wasn't quite working on him the same way. Many now believe the man might possess an actual supernatural ability, because honestly, how else do you explain it? Shadow line. This eerie clip, filmed from a plane, has people questioning reality itself. At first, it's just a peaceful aerial view, until your eyes catch it. A perfect razor-straight shadow slicing across the landscape below. But here's the kicker. There's no object casting it. No massive wire. No pole. Just a dark line stretching endlessly, like it was drawn by something. outside the simulation. One commenter even joked it looked like the shadow of the bracket that holds a desktop globe. Creepy? Maybe. But if that's not uncanny, what is? Electric stones. We might have just witnessed a brand new discovery. This viral clip shows a man stumbling across strange rocks in the wild. Nothing unusual until he brings two of them together. Suddenly, an electric arc forms between them, like a miniature lightning bolt. Skeptics were quick to call it a prank, saying it had to be fake. But others were intrigued, wondering if this could be a naturally occurring mineral with properties we've never seen before. With so much of our planet still unexplored, who's to say these electric stones aren't the real deal? Swarm above.
Never seen something like this.
A local resident spotted something strange drifting through the cloudy sky. Tiny, reflective objects floating silently. At first, he thought they were birds, until he realized they weren't flying like any birds he'd ever seen. There were thousands of them, maybe more.
Thought they were birds at first, but looking closer, it's literally just these reflective objects.
The objects shimmered, scattered across the sky like metallic snow. With flash floods erupting in different parts of the world around the same time, people online jumped to conclusions. Some claimed it was proof of weather manipulation. Others feared it was surveillance on a massive scale. Whatever it was, it didn't look natural.
What is this?
Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.